What's up, everyone? How are we? It's Sunday night. Welcome to the Late Night Agenda. I'm your host, Craig, and I'm absolutely fucking delighted that Liverpool won by 4 goals to 2 today to cement their place in second place in the league, to push us just 1 point behind Manchester City. We play again, of course, next Sunday. Manchester City have no league game, so in theory, we could go into the international break 2 points on top of the league, although City would have a game in hand. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you've all enjoyed your Sunday. There is lots and lots for us to get through. The wheels have come off by the looks of it. I mean, he was at the wheel. The wheels have come off. What are we going to say? Where are all the Manchester United trolls that were having a little pop at us? Do you remember all them? Because they were unbeatable. Invincibles they were. Yeah, how times have changed over the course of a couple of hours, ladies and gents. How times have changed. My mouse has gone again. This damn little mouse of mine. This stupid, cheap little piece of shit mouse. How are we? Who have we got in the chat tonight? Let's see. Let's see who we have in. So Brian Morris is in, Gary's in, Prez Mane is in, Graham, Jaden, Paul, LFC Till I Die, Agonito, Anthony, Damien McKenna, David Carroll, Osama's Taste Cave, love it. Boya is in as well. Troy Francis is in. How are we, guys? Thank you all for joining me this evening. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. How couldn't it be? Liverpool won earlier on. Of course it's a wonderful Sunday. Lallana was immense today, said Sean McDonald. He was brilliant, Sean. Absolutely brilliant. And fully deserved his place in the team. A lot of our eyebrows were raised before the game. Look, I've only got one eyebrow to raise, as you can see, but that eyebrow was certainly raised when I seen the team selection from Jurgen Klopp today. But I'm happy to say I was wrong. I'm happy to say Adam Lallana put in a tremendous performance and absolutely deserves to be considered to start against Bayern Munich during the week. Who else have we got in? Adam Lallana is actually my dad's friend's cousin's girlfriend. Well, there you go. I mean, once removed there, I mean, you're practically family. Liam Granby is in as well. How are you, pal? Lots and lots of love for Lallana as well. Lasagna. I'm fucking thinking of lasagna and I'm saying Lallana. I'm gone. The United fans have gone back to playing hide and seek, said Boya. My mouse needs cheese. It needs a smashing against the wall, Stephen, is what it needs, pal. Tarish, how are you, my friend? Great to have you in again. Heme said, good evening all. What a game today. It was so frustrating listening to it on the radio. Do you know what? It's always so funny. If Liverpool go 1-0 down or a team equalise against us, it's hilarious. You can just wait for the trolls to come in. You can almost set your watch by them, and then when we got 2-1 up, they all run off again. Red Hulk said, can't wait for the next 2 games, but then again I'm going to be lost for a couple of weeks. It's going to be difficult, isn't it? This damn international break. I'm not looking forward to it one bit. I was ready to slay Klopp, but it showed why he's the coach and I'm a fan, said Troy Francis. I don't think you were on your own, Troy. I mean, truth be told, most of us had questions over Adam Lallana starting, but he was absolutely spot on. Kloppo said he trained well during the week and deserved to start in place today. Well, you know what? He backed up his manager's belief. Adam Lallana was sensational today. For me, he was our man of the match. Are we not entertained, Stephen Richards? Are we not entertained, my friend? Adrian Hall, how are you, my friend? Welcome in. Anne said, hey Craig, hope you had a good day. Was at the match today. Thought we played well. Lallana was outstanding. Referee dreadful. Burnley lucky wasn't at least 7 onto Fulham. Yeah, look, the first goal should never have stood, but this happens in the game. We've got them go Forest this season. It didn't come back to haunt us today. The lads went out and went about their business. Even when they got back to 3-2, you seen we went straight up the other end and scored 4-2. Job done. 2 for Mane, 2 for Firmino. Happy days. Ollie's bus got a puncture, said Tom Boland. God bless them. The poor invincible Manx. God bless them. Maybe he isn't the Messiah after all. Maybe he's just a very naughty boy. Hey Craig, Arsenal destroyed the undefeated streak. What's your thoughts? Actually watched the game from start to finish. On a serious note, another gobshite made his way onto the field. And I'm not talking about any of the players. I'm talking about that idiot that ran on after Arsenal scored and went towards Chris Smalling. And fair play to Smalling, he made nothing too serious of it, just kind of brushed your man off. Where he would have been perfectly within his rights to split your man open, because there's no room for that in the game. We've seen what happened with Jack Grealish earlier on as well. This shit has to stop. People need to stop thinking they can run onto the field and do what the hell they like. And then Jack Grealish getting a sly little kick as well by the Stewart, which wasn't great. Can we all take a minute to laugh at the Manx, said Liam Granby. I mean, I'm going to enjoy it, mate. I'm not going to lie. We've a lot of United fans that come in and I thank them for the time and respect them, but when we had a couple of sticky fixtures during the week, they weren't shy about sticking the boot in. The headlines, the thumbnails, the articles, Klopp's Liverpool bottled the league. I remember one of the channels went up with a headline of it's our turn now, motherfuckers, it's our turn. Klopp proved me wrong about Lallana, said Mark Hendley. Go support whoever you like, said Graham. I'm always a red, and like all of us on here, will be for life. Damn right, my friend, damn right. Sorry, I'm really happy today, guys. It's been a really good day. It's been a good weekend. I'm nice and relaxed. I'm getting over my man flu. Kev's LFC at work. Evening, Craig. Something needs to be done about the level of ref in this season. It's shocking, mate. Look at any stream I do, basically. I'm constantly moaning about referees. Terrible. And not just in our game. Just terrible, terrible, terrible. I watched the Arsenal-Manchester United game. And can somebody please tell me how he is allowed to be a referee? He couldn't even keep up with the game. It was hilarious watching him run. And look, I'm a fat fuck. I can't run to save my life. But I ain't a professional referee. John Moss couldn't make it around the damn pitch. It was running. And it was like he doesn't have a stride. He just tries to keep as much around the middle third of the field as he can. And try and make decisions from there. Jack Grealish got hit today. Don't like him, but there's no place for it in the game, so buy it. And do you know what, mate? In fairness to Jack Grealish, who I'm also not really a fan of, the cards on the table, he took it like an absolute champion, went about his business, scored the winning goal, and fair play to Jack Grealish. He set a great example there of and showed great restraint where many people wouldn't have really said anything to him if he had turned around and hit your man. I mean, it's human nature. He was being attacked. He has every right to defend himself, but he took it, he moved on, he didn't let it throw him off course, and he went and he scored the winner for Aston Villa, so well done to him. The steward got arrested apparently, and rightly so, Scotty, mate, rightly so. Farrell said, damn, busy, missed the start, so I'll go back to the beginning, I don't miss that. You're only a couple of minutes on, buddy, there's nothing too dramatic. Mark Noble didn't have it flung the guy to the ground. What was this in? Which game was this in? Sorry, Pragmaverts. What game is this? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Just 1 minute's laughter. Come on, been laughing for 3 hours, said Graham Holmes. The Everton result was much funnier, said John Hamilton. Really? Oh, yesterday. That was fucking hilarious, wasn't it? Going 2-0 up, Jordan Pickford basically saving Rondon instead of the ball. And they still managed to lose 3-2 because, it's Rafa, and Rafa does that. Horrendous what happened with Grealish. Could have been 10 times worse. Could have had anything on him. Needs stopping, said Ant. 100%, pal. Craig, as far as trolls are concerned, what goes around comes around, said Stephen Richards. Absolutely. And look, we've taken it on this channel for a while, and I'm sure lots of Liverpool channels have. We've been called bottlers, we've been called frauds. Klopp's been called a fraud. We've had Klopp out. We've been told Salah's shit. Look, it's football. It goes around. Refs were a joke the whole weekend, said Varshan. Craig, new 65-inch TV on the way for Wednesday night's game. Yes. Nice one, Damien. Enjoy it, pal. Nothing like watching the Reds in 65-inch glorious action, although I wouldn't know. Me only having a 55-inch like a poor fella. Stevie Richards there lashing the 60-inch up in his gaff as well. Look, enjoy it. 65 inches is going to be glorious. LFC Timur said, if we manage to lose points, a draw between United and City would be a good result for us. United got to get a result at home or they'll be less of a chance of getting top four. 100%. Unfortunately, we are in a position where we do have to rely on favours from other clubs now to take points off City. United's result today means that if Chelsea were to win their game in hand, Manchester United would drop down to 6th. But it's very, very close. I mean, that top 3, 4, 5 and 6, those positions are all a point or two between them, so there's all to play for with the top 4 race. Thankfully, we're looking a little bit further up the table. The front 3 was on fire today, mate. Bobby plays well. I don't know what your thoughts are. I reckon Mo just needs one goal, he won't be able to stop. Liam, I thought Mo put in a good performance today. Somebody sent me something saying that Steve McManaman didn't really rate his performance today. I thought Mo Salah played very, very well today. I thought he was lively. He was involved in 3 of the goals. He was a threat constantly. Yep, he didn't get a goal today. That's fair enough. Bobby got 2 and Sadio got 2, and that's sound. I don't mind who scores the goals. Liverpool will win the league. All the games going 4 ahead of City, said Samir. Lallana deserves to start more games after that performance, said Odog. MUFC Gamer said, I don't like to blame refs, but Moss is a farce. He's a farce, mate. He is. He couldn't even keep up with the game. I've no idea how he's a professional referee anymore. There's just a lot of them at it though, MUFC Gamer. There's a few referees in this league that just aren't fit for it. Like, they're just not fit for purpose. John Moss just doesn't seem to be fit for fitness sake either. But look, as I said, I'm not throwing fucking stones at anybody. Look at me, I couldn't keep up in a game of football either. Pickford has been a liability for months now, said Brian Morrissey. He really has, but he doesn't make mistakes. It's very important to remember that with Jordan Pickford. England's number one doesn't make mistakes like Alisson. We've got to remember that when we talk about England's number one. Because we can't mention Jordan Pickford without mentioning that he's England's number one. Because Everton like to put that up on a fucking screen every time he saves a shot. England's number one. Ta-da! England's number one just tackled Solomon Rondon when there was no ball near. Penalty. Ta-da! Lover knocked down a peg 2 or 3 today, said Red Hulk. I did see that as well, which is funny. If Craig supplies pics of you in your NASA pyjamas, I can retaliate by posting his, says John. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. If I post pictures of Connor in his NASA pyjamas, he can post pictures of me in my tinfoil hat. Right, Jurgen Klopp was talking today and he defiantly declared nobody is getting rid of us after Liverpool beat Burnley by 4-2 to move back within 1 point of Manchester City. Speaking after the game, Jurgen Klopp said the message for the day: nobody gets rid of us if we play as well as we did today. We had the perfect mixture from fighting the opponent, fighting the circumstances and playing football. I liked it. We have to make sure we stay in a really interesting competition at the top of the table. I'm going to reiterate those words, folks. Nobody gets rid of us. I love it. Love it from Kloppo. That's exactly what we need to be hearing from the gaffer. Nobody gets rid of us. We ain't going anywhere. He might as well have said, bitches, we ain't going anywhere. Deal with it. That's how I like to feel. He really wanted to say it. I'll say it for you, Jurgs. Bitches, we ain't going anywhere. Deal with it. Craig, how perfect would it be if we win the double and Everton go down? They're not going down. In all fairness, they're not going down. The gap at the top is 1 point by a 1 point, mate, and we've a game in... Well, we don't have a game in hand, but we will be playing a game more than Manchester City by next weekend. They have FA Cup action. We'll get a league game in. If we win, we'll go 2 points clear, although Manchester City will have a game in hand. But you know what? The points on the board is always better. He says, trying to make it out like it's, it's in our own hands. But it isn't. It isn't in our own hands. That's the facts of it. Hope we win the league. Come on, Liverpool, said Ted Bundy. Larry Leach, how are we? Said the stunner for me this weekend is that we're 12 up on Spurs in third place. And yeah, the Spurs, Larry, a couple of weeks ago, mate, that were title challengers, according to a lot of the media. Craig looking scary on the 65-inch. I need to sort out the fucking colour. This camera and the lighting system that I have are driving me mad. I just can't find the right shade of human looking. I look like a kind of semi-retired ghost at this point, I think. Great results all around. Did you see the Knockhart goal? Amazing that Brighton did the double over Palace. I didn't see it, mate. I didn't watch Match of the Day last night. Nobody fucks with El Kloppo, said Stephen Richards. Absolutely nobody fucks with El Kloppo. Guys, as you can see, we are doing a giveaway on Wednesday. Actually, there's a couple of giveaways. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you're in with a chance to win one of the signed John Barnes photo or the Score Draw Retro shirt. Giving them both away after the Bayern Munich game on Wednesday. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel to be in with a chance to win those. And if you want to be in with a chance of winning the Score Draw shirt, just go over and follow at Score Draw Retro on Twitter. But most importantly, we're on the march towards 10,000 subs. We're about 260 odd subs away, something like that. So if you can hit that button for us, help us out, grow the channel, help us to get there by Wednesday. 250 to go, 3 days to do it. It's going to be tight, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really tight. Depending on how busy the Champions League watch along is, yeah, it's going to be hit and miss whether we'll get there on Wednesday. So if you've any friends, let them know about us. I'd love to do it on Wednesday. Joe Barrett said, I can't stand Arsenal fans. What do you make of the United game? Do you think that United were all over Arsenal? No, I don't think they were all over Arsenal by a long shot. I thought Arsenal deservedly won the game. Lukaku missed a sitter, didn't he, in the first half? How he didn't score that, I don't know. But no, United weren't all over Arsenal. I think it was a fair result. Nobody really battered the other side, I think, from what I've seen. I can't find the right shade of human looking me when I shop for foundation and Sephora. That's kind of where I am at the moment, October. Craig, your new name is Casper. Casper the Friendly Bald Nonce. There you go. What are you doing? The Juventus versus Atletico watch along? No, I'm not doing any watch alongs for the Champions League except Liverpool's because I'm absolutely knackered and I need to take some time off. So just going to do my regular streams for this week and then the Champions League one, of course, for Liverpool. Then with the international break, I'm going to take a few days off because, there's 2 weeks but no game. So I'll probably take 3 or 5 days off maybe over the international break. Any news on Trent? Not that I've heard, buddy, not yet. I know he went off with a suspected shoulder injury. Liverpool play Fulham next week. Next Sunday, 2:15, and of course we'll be doing a watch along of that one as well. Up the Reds. I'm not just saying random things. This is wrote down in the chat, I can promise. Apparently Liverpool are hopeful he's going to play, which is brilliant news. Love the faith you have in us, mate. If you have friends. Yeah, if any of you motherfuckers out there have friends, you know, if you're fortunate enough to have somebody that's foolish enough to be your mate, don't forget to let them know about the channel. That's basically where Connor thinks I was saying. Craig, what do you think of the Lit Links? Him and Van Dijk would be the best centre-back partnership the world has. Amric, I'm not going to lie, mate, I was very excited when I seen the comments come out. Now look, you've got to take these things with a pinch of salt, but the fact that we're on the Lit's mind is good enough for me, buddy. I'll take that at this moment in time. But you are right, he'd be amazing. It's a holiday for trolls, said Triple Y Dollars. It is, mate. It's very quiet in here tonight, isn't it? And the United fans say Lukaku is better than Bobby. He really isn't. I'm not going to slag Lukaku. By me saying he's not better than Bobby isn't me slagging Lukaku. It's just I have immense respect for Bobby Firmino more than anything else. Arsenal had more control of the game, but United had the better chances. Lukaku was awful, said Ian Turlington. Craig, would you rather be knocked out by Bayern on Wednesday, or would you rather stay in the Champions League and focus on both? Definitely focus on both. If it comes down to it, the Premier League, I've said it all along and I can't go back on that. The Premier League is my main focus, but if we get past Bayern Munich, you're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and that's, you know, where you want to be. That's the massive business end of the season. And yeah, look, I mean, I want to get past Bayern Munich, I do. I just don't want an English club if we get to the quarterfinals. I hate playing English clubs in Europe. What do you think Klopp will put out in midfield for the Champions League game? Henderson, Fabinho. I don't know on Lallana or Milner. I just don't know. I'm not even going to try and hazard a guess, because he'll probably put fucking Shakiri in and make us all look like fools. But I think we'll see Jordan Henderson come back in. Maybe Henderson Wijnaldum for Fabinho. And I know people are going to say, but there's no creativity there. And I absolutely get where you're coming from. So maybe I'm just looking like a fool here, because it's almost impossible to guess what trio Jurgen Klopp puts in midfield these days. I'm not expecting any changes in the front three. I'm not expecting any changes in the back four. Or back five if you include the keeper. Maybe Lovren actually, but would that be a risk? Would that be unfair to Joel Matip if Lovren came in and played this game after being out for so long? Could he play a full 90 minutes on Wednesday? Do you know what? I don't know, ladies and gents. I just don't know. Need to use Fulham to pad the stats and increase the goal difference, and Pragmaverts. Look, we need to just get to 3 points. I mean, we can't overlook Fulham. They're fighting for their lives down there. It's not looking good for them, but we've got to get the result. And for me, the result is the most important thing, because if we can go into this break on top of the table, albeit City would have a game in hand, you know, the points are on the board. I hope Timo Werner was watching today, said Stephen Richards. I'd rest Trent against Bayern, so he's fit for Fulham. So who would you play at right back, buddy? Just out of curiosity, if we were doing that one, would you put Jimmy Milner in at right back? Would you put Fabinho back to right back and put Henderson in midfield? The double's still on, said Paul Lee. Love it, mate. Love it. Oh, can you imagine? So I've treated myself to thinking about that during the week. I'm not going to lie. Imagine the double. Oh, God. It is on. We're allowed to dream about it. While it's on, we're allowed to dream. That's what you're supposed to do as a fan, isn't it? Lallana played well today, and if he continues in today's form, he'll be like a new signing, said Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin. Amanol said, I think I'm a troll. You aren't, mate. You seem to be a nice guy, and continue being a nice guy, and we'll continue being nice right back to you, buddy. Oxlade-Chamberlain isn't going to play versus Spurs. I don't know. People are fascinated with Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I get it and I love it, but at the same time, I don't know when he'll be back, and I don't want him rushed back. In my head, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain had he needs to be rested for next season. Give him a few minutes. I don't want to see him push this season. I want him to be fully fit and ready to go for the start of next season. Sadio Mane dropped me £100 after scoring 15 Premier League goals thanks to our club sponsors Bet Victor. It's going to cost him shitloads when we win the league. Nice one. Well, congratulations, mate, on your £100. Enjoy it. I always love to hear if somebody's taking a few quid off the bookie, so well done. Elijah John said, Lallana did play well today, but his problem is playing well consistently. I think he spoke about this himself. He does know he's had a terrible couple of years, and he needs to up his game, and he needs to keep putting in performances like he did today. What impressed me most today about Adam Lallana was the block for Sadio's first goal. It was absolutely sensational. He didn't give up, slid in, blocked the ball, it ricocheted towards Salah, bounced back out towards Sadio Mane, and Mane tucked it in the top corner. Just unbelievable determination and pressing from Adam Lallana, which is what we come to expect from him when he's on form. Right, what else have we got? Kada Starts. Who was that one? Who was it that said Kada Starts? Let me just go back so I can give them the credit. Where was Kada Starts? Kada Starts. There it is. It was Ben O'Donovan said Kada Starts on Wednesday. Let's just be nice about Liverpool. I don't think we can afford to spend what it costs for a 19-year-old centre-back. I think we could afford it in all honesty, Brian, but I'm fully in agreement with you that I don't think we'll sign him. If everybody is fit, we can just about balance both competitions if Liverpool get through, said Pragmaverts. Klopp did say that we'll have most of the guys back after the international break, to some extent, which is good news. We beat everybody, bring on Katie to kick their arse, said Eric Worry. Go out of the Champions League. No one at Liverpool would ever think that. I mean, who's going to keep the other 5 big ears company? Exactly, Graham, exactly. 6 is just it's a nicer number, isn't it, mate? I mean, you can divide 6 in half and all and have 3 over one side and 3 over the other. So I'm with you, Graham. You need that 6th one. Bayern's on a roll at the minute, scored 11 goals in 2 competitions and conceded 1. Yeah, true, but they absolutely shit themselves when they came to Anfield and they basically just sat back and shut up shop. So 1 away goal for us there means they've got to score 2. If we score first and they have to come at us, there'll be space, and I think we punish them. Sorry guys, Ox couldn't keep up with the pace in the other 23s. Well, of course he couldn't. He was never going to. He's coming back from the guts of a year out. Of course he was going to pull up if he felt absolutely anything in that 40 minutes. Nobody expected him to do anything other than 45 minutes anyway. So he only played 5 minutes less than he was supposed to. And this is the start of a long road back for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. If he felt anything in his hamstring, he's right to pull up and go off and make sure that he's tickety-boo. I'd rather have Salah unleash his goals against Bayern than Watford or Burnley. I wouldn't. I'd much rather unleash them in the league. But look, as I said, I'm not somebody who worries about who's going to score. I just want Liverpool to pick up the results because we support the club, not the player. RIP to the haters that were chatting shit when Burnley scored. They've disappeared. They're in Van Dijk's pockets at Albania, Kosovo. Hopefully no English clubs until the semis. I like what you did there, Pragmaverts. Just assuming we're getting to the semis, I'll have that every day of the week. Markovic back to haunt us with Babel and Co. No, just no. Markovic is shite, no matter what shirt he's wearing. We'll win 2-1, Mane and Salah to score, said Ben O'Donovan. Ronnie Galloway says, "Be Jesus, you scared the life out of me on me telly. I thought it was Ghost 2. Made in Ireland, where's the waxing scene with the B-Tech Irish Demi Moore?" What would she be called? Jacinta, would it? If we were having a B-Tech Irish Demi Moore, would it be called Jacinta? Let me try and fix this fucking colour because I do look a little bit like El Casperius, the friendly ghost stickers. Right, let me try and fix this. Colour correction time. Right, what is it? Gamma or contrast? What do we think? Do I need a bit of colour in my cheeks? We got a bit of gamma. We go that way. A little bit better. What do we think? Contrast? We need a bit more contrast, a little bit less contrast. Where do I go? This way? How's that looking? Live editing. It still looks like a freak, to be fair. Anybody have any clue about this shit? You think you'd have a Connor or something, wouldn't you? Hue shift. Let's have a go with this. Ooh. Do I look a bit more human there? We'll look a little bit more human. Brightness. People don't want to watch this shit, but I'm trying to do live fucking colour correction here because I look like a freak. Let's go gamma again. Ooh, that way, that way, ooh, that way. There you go. I think that's the best I can do at this moment in time. We'll sort this colour shit out going forward. Sorry guys, I'm awful at this shit. This is why you need a Connor in life. What have we got here? Where's that gone? Been here since the podcast only days, Craig. You're a superstar, said Chris Berham. I really amn't, Chris, but thank you so much for the support, mate, and the kind words. I absolutely love people like you that remember back in those days. Yeah, oh Jesus Christ, that's a long while back, Chris. I miss podcasts, mate. I'm not going to lie. I was only saying this to Connor the other day. I did a podcast with Lee Chappie for Leicester City FC 100, I think it's called. and I really enjoyed it. I really missed doing them. Kate is used to Bundesliga teams, so maybe it starts in order, said Stephen Richards. Yup, mate, half a dozen, said Graham Holmes. I don't know what that means, but yup. Um, what else we got? Firmino played good, said Prez Salah. I want United to beat Munich. I want United, if we beat Munich, said Ronnie Galloway. How good would it be to nick the other three wheels off Ollie's bus? I don't know, mate. I'd much prefer to play Ajax or Barcelona or something personally. I don't like it. I just don't like playing English teams in the Champions League. And not that I'd be afraid of playing them. I mean, we're pretty damn good against English teams in the European competition, but I don't know, it just takes some of the luster off the event for me. Matip worries me, said Carl. He worries me all the time, Carl. I'm not going to lie. But he's been alright. He's been doing quite well for us. Let me see if any more bits and pieces. Oh, yes. Somebody mentioned this to me earlier on, so I did a little bit of research afterwards. Liverpool's 21-year-old goalkeeper, Shamal George, has been hurt in an alleged racially motivated attack. Police say a report was received just after 2 a.m. on Saturday and that Shamal's 28-year-old brother has been assaulted inside the Red Door bar on Berry Street in Liverpool city centre. Shamal George was then assaulted outside the premises shortly after. Both men sustained cuts to the face and went to hospital for assessment. Police are currently exploring potential CCTV opportunities. Now, the club have made a statement on this, so bear with me while I read it. Liverpool Football Club is shocked and appalled that Shamal and a family member have been subjected to such a terrible ordeal. As a club, we'll offer Shamal and his family any support that they require. The matter is now in the hands of Merseyside Police and we will defer all inquiries to them. We would also urge anybody with information about the incident to come forward. Now look, we do have to say at this moment we use the word alleged racial attack. If this is a racial attack, if it's an attack clearly, if it's a racial attack, then I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I don't know what goes on in society sometimes, ladies and gents. Attacking somebody for their race, their religious beliefs, what football team they support. I mean, we've seen some serious attacks over the past week or 2 weeks. Football fans stabbed, football fans knocked unconscious. I mean, I don't know what's going on in society. Now look, you can look at this one of two ways. You can look at this as a couple of lads out in a nightclub or in a bar that got assaulted and racial slurs were used at them. The fact that he's a footballer highlights the issue, and it's good that it highlights the issue because it lets us know we don't live in a perfect society, and it lets us know that, again, we need to look out for people and we need to stand up for people and we need to make sure this type of behaviour isn't condoned in any way, shape or form. We have to be real about this. This happened in the city of Liverpool, and I've never had anything but wonderful experiences in the city of Liverpool, and I'm sure Shamal George hasn't either until this incident. Look, it's unacceptable. It's terribly sad. I hope, well, thankfully the two guys, himself and his brother, sustained cuts, but they're okay. I hope the police apprehended the two guys that did it, and I hope they face the consequences. I hope they face the legal system, and that takes its course. Again, though, it's not great. It's not great in a week where that's happened. We've seen Jack Grealish assaulted on the field today by a Birmingham fan. We've seen the Manchester United fan attacked in Paris. We've seen the guy run on the field today in the Arsenal United game. Thankfully, nothing happened there. We've seen the incident up in Scotland. Was it in one of the Hibernian games recently as well? Neil Lennon was hit with a coin this season. I mean, what's happening to our beautiful game? Why are these idiots being allowed to flourish? It's just not great, folks. It's not a good time at this moment for our beloved sport, and it needs to be sniffed out. Anyway, let's push on. Let's not let the negativity ruin our good mood. It's only fair that we address these things as well, because Shamal George is one of ours. He's one of our boys. He's one of our team members. We love and support Shamal like we do any other Liverpool player, and best wishes to him and his brother, and thankfully they're both okay. When we beat Bayern, we'll play Ajax, said Ben O'Donovan. He has his non-scoring boots on again, said Press Salah. I'm convinced that it's Mo Salah's boots that are doing the issue. I saw John Barnes today, said Brian O'Reilly. What a day. Well, there you go, buddy. I hope you enjoyed the game. How could you not have? The weather, though, man. The weather. All the 4 seasons in one afternoon at Anfield today. Absolutely nuts. On John Barnes, as I was saying earlier on, guys, you can see we're doing a giveaway, two giveaways. That John Barnes picture you can see in the image there, we're giving that away on Wednesday. Just simply by subscribing to the channel, you go into the draw for that. There's nothing else you need to do. Just subscribe and we'll pick somebody at random. But we also have a retro shirt from Score Draw. If you want to be in with a chance of winning that on Wednesday, you've got to subscribe to the channel and follow at Score Draw Retro over on Twitter. That's at Score Draw Retro. And again, Score Draw have been so good to us this season. 5 or 6 shirts they've given us to give away. So thank you to the guys at Score Draw. Right, where are the trolls now? I don't know, mate. Fucking hiding, probably. In their Ole Gunnar Solskjaer pyjamas, hiding under their blankets, maybe. I don't know. But you know what we say to that, don't you? Fuck them. Not Gamma. You'll go Incredible Hulk. Oh, mate, I'm useless with this type of stuff, Stephen. Obviously terrible at it. Wouldn't worry, Craig. We're here for the chat, not your beauty. Well, you'd be fucked if you were here for the beauty, Graham. You'd have left a long time ago, buddy. Babel dyed his hair red because he's Liverpool at heart. And what a fine shade of red it is as well. Markovic masterclass incoming versus City. The Anfield Road Wolves, I remember those days. Yeah, A or W to be short. The Anfield Road Wolves, yeah, God, that takes me back. That does take me back. But I love podcasts and I hope to get back to them someday soon. Because I miss them. Right, where are we? Always a good chat on here, said Carl. Thank you, mate. That's because I'm blessed and Connor's blessed to have amazing subscribers. Yeah, you guys never let us down. Stream after stream, you're here sharing your thoughts, your experiences, giving me some knowledge along the way as well, and pulling me up when I forget stuff, because I'm always forgetting stuff. I discovered you, Craig, as I was in the pool. Oh, hello, sailor. Nightly exercise, wanting something interesting on, so I'd swim longer, and stumbled upon Anfield Road Wolves. Was it? Goodness, my memory. It was. A or W was I used to use for short. Hello, Craig and my fellow Red, said Vinny Johnson. Vinny, how are you, mate? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Okay, what else we got? Daniel Sturridge's shooting is awful nowadays, said Press Salah. Ollie's on a trike, and then some Brian Morrissey reckons it's a unicycle. Is it a unicycle with a burst tyre though? 15,000 Birmingham fans clapped that clown that was arrested today. Yeah, it's just all kinds of wrong, isn't it? It's all kinds of wrong. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm actually worried about what's going to happen to the clubs. Nobody wants to go back to the days where there's glass partitions around the field or fences around the pitch. Nobody wants that. Nobody. So as a group of fans and football supporters, we've got to stand together on these issues and just let these idiots know that they're not wanted in the sport. This is not what football's about. To be honest, finding a racist in Liverpool is as common as finding a Tory voter, said Daniel Jones. And to anybody who doesn't know what that means, it means it's very rare. It's like hen's teeth. Liverpool obviously being a massive socialist town. Sorry, I was confused there for a second by a couple of comments. Liverpool being a massive Labour city. Not many very. I don't even know on politics. I'm not even going to go there. What's happening to the world? Knife crime, racial behaviour, world's gone mad. People, where's the love? We're all people. Let's stand up against this, said Carl Cullum, and beautiful sentiment, mate. Birthday today, Craig, the big 20. Happy birthday, Owen, mate. Happy birthday to you, pal. Many, many happy returns. He's big, he's red, his feet stick out of bed. Peter Crouch, he's Peter Crouch. How could you not love Crouchy? Oh, I still love him to this day. I absolutely love him. Somebody wrote the words Wanda Metropolitano. Any excuse for me to say that, Robbie. That is where the Champions League final, of course, is taking part. You'll win nothing again, just my opinion. That's alright, Jamie. You'll win fuck all either, buddy. I don't know who you support, but you'll win fuck all. Seems as that's what we're just saying to each other on here, pal. Soon said on Sky, lads that run onto the pitch should get lifetime ban. 100%. Oh, that's the minimum. I mean, that's a gimme, Ian. As soon as they run on the field like that, that's it, lifetime ban. Unless it's a child, of course. It's completely different. If a child runs on the field, you're not banning a child for life. That shouldn't happen. Yeah, look, if an adult runs on the field, even if they don't have any intentions of hurting another player, yes, the pitch is off bounds. Yeah, I'd agree, but it's tough on the clubs. I mean, what do the clubs do here? Do they stick 5 times as many stewards around the pitch? Do they have a ring of stewards, literally orange shirts all the way around, blocking people's view, making sure nobody can get on the pitch? That could be where we're headed. I'd love to know how many You'll Never Walk Alone bricks the New Balance shop sells every season. I haven't got a fucking clue, mate. Not something I've ever really thought about, to be honest, Brian. I see where the Barca fans booed Coutinho made the football headlines. Look, he wanted to go there. It was his dream move. If it's not working out for him, tough titties, Turkleton. That's basically what I have to say. The shite got beat, Ollie's wheel fell off, and those pesky Reds won. Good weekend all round, said Sean. Did Sturridge play it right back? He did not, Mossy. No, he did not. He came on and tried to shoot at every possible opportunity. Craig, I remember the ARW the last hours of the transfer window, hoping for Van Dijk in the water, swimming laps, hoping for a miracle. Oh, yeah, that was a horrible, horrible transfer window for me, because I went out on a limb on Van Dijk there and was made to look like an absolute fool about it and took it on the chin, because as I said, I always hold my hands up if I get something wrong. Markovic to score the winner against Manchester City, said Peter. I mean, we're clutching at straws here, guys, come on. The whole team shooting ain't nothing to shout about, said Craig Weston. At least they were trying a bit more today, Craig. They were trying to pull the trigger, and we did score 4 as well. I mean, Sadio's finish for the first goal was rather tasty, actually, wasn't it? Nice finish. That wind, that goddamn wind. We can still talk about it because we won, but my God, that wind today. It was terrible, wasn't it? You just could not judge anything. There was a beautiful ball I remember played by Van Dijk, though. I think it was to Salah. And the wind caught it and it spun it backwards and it caught Salah and the defender out. It was a made for interesting viewing. Refs must want Liverpool to lose, but it can't happen. How the hell do you allow that? I still can't believe it was allowed, James. It was the player behind him. I can't remember who it was. The one in front of the keeper did nothing wrong, in my opinion. The one behind the keeper used the keeper as leverage to jump and completely stopped Alisson from being able to get to the ball. It was as blatant a free out as you'll ever see. And you'll see free outs given for a lot less than that over the season. This weekend just highlighted how poor our officiating is, said Heme. But how is it going to get better? VAR will improve it to a certain extent. Yeah, and you're still leaving the decisions, the 50-50 decisions or the handball decisions, stuff like that, in the hands of officials that I don't really rate too highly. And I think a lot of people don't rate too highly either. That kid that ran on the pitch to give Salah a hug, cannot ban a kid for that. No, absolutely not. As I said, kids, different ball game altogether. Kids running onto the field, it's usually for one reason and one reason only, and that's because they want to touch or hug or say hello to their idol. It's not right. It's not right, and we can't condone it. But it's a different thing to an adult running on a field. They should get banned from all grounds for life, said Liam Kelt. We don't want fencing again, and rightly so, said Dave Sweeney. Make Birmingham play the home games behind closed doors for the rest of the season. Yeah, and they'd lose financially there. They'd lose quite a lot of money, wouldn't they? Yeah, that's a good idea. Got cool. How are you, buddy? Sorry I'm late, but I'm glad. I can imagine you are, mate. It's a great day for us today. Back to within 1 point of City. Another game to come next weekend, and of course a massive game on Wednesday against Bayern Munich. Lifetime ban is not enough. Why not a massive fine? Said Mr. Royal County. Yes, anything should be on the table, mate, in these circumstances, because I've seen, like, I'm a tennis fan, and I know Far Isle is as well. And if any of you are roughly my age, or even older than me, you'll remember Monica Seles being stabbed by a fan that ran on. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Never ever forget seeing one of my heroes, one of my idols, Monica Seles. I absolutely idolised as a child because I was a massive tennis fan. And to see her get stabbed like that, I never want to see anything like that happen in sport, ever. And nobody does. Of course, it's not just me. Nobody wants to see that. Salah needs to step up his game. No, he doesn't. Salah played well today, Oliver. And if you can't see that, mate, then that's your tough shit. But Salah's been absolutely fine today. Just because he doesn't score doesn't mean he didn't have a good game, mate. We won 4-2. Everything was fucking sound. Salah was involved in 3 of them. I'm getting a pain in my arse listening to all these Salah haters. I'm actually starting to think they're just trolls. I don't even think they're Liverpool fans anymore. Craig, don't need to be obscure in the view, but I do think they put more security around the pitch, or they should have to, or they have to put more security around the pitch. Um, the thing on that, and I was thinking about this earlier on, John, is if they're sitting down, they're not going to obscure the view. But if they're sitting down, will they be able to act fast enough if somebody jumps the first row? That's what I was thinking today. Where they sit now, yes, they don't obscure the view, you're right. But if you want them to be alert, they're going to have to be standing. Because they have to be able to react quickly. Because if you're in a seating position and somebody jumps the barrier and runs, it takes you a second or two to get up. Especially if you're older, like me, it takes you even another second to get up. Prison sentence for adult pitch invader, said Robbie. Mane's been unreal in his third season with, isn't it 16 goals now? I think it's 16 goals he scored in the Premier League this season now, I think. Coutinho to Manchester United, no chance, said Andy Cleverly. Mane could have let him score today. He couldn't have. I looked at that. I looked at Mane's. Somebody mentioned this earlier on, said Sadio could have squared it to Salah. When I watched the back, by the time Sadio goes to make contact with the ball, there's a defender running across the line of Mo Salah. And I think if he tried to square that, the defender clears it. I think he did right to score today and to just finish that opportunity. Do we have first option on Coutinho if Barca sells? I don't know, Liam, is the honest answer. But I can't imagine we'd exercise. I cannot see Liverpool giving Barcelona back the 140 odd million quid that they paid for Felipe Coutinho. I just can't see it happening. I think there's better value out there for the money than going back and getting Felipe Coutinho. Let me put it to you this way: 120 million probably buys you Paulo Dybala, and I'm having Paulo Dybala right now over Felipe Coutinho if we've got money on the table to spend. Risky move for me today, but Burnley bring a Crouchy on with the wind whipping up. It's a good point, Tom. He could have gone anywhere else, Crouchy. He must have had a bit of lead in the boots or something, though. Weather was awful, said Dave Sweeney. Lallana was awesome today, said Andy Cleverly. I'm doing very well, thank you, Blake. Always a pleasure to see you in, mate. So agree. If it was Salah's first season at the club, we would be purring. Exactly. Salah's having a good season. All these Salah haters can do one, basically. I'm trying to be polite about it now. When did Manchester City get a ban for FFP violations? I don't know, mate. The investigation is ongoing. Nobody knows what's going to come of it. We'd all be just guessing. Catch 22. If they sit, might not be alert. Exactly. It is a catch 22. You have to stand up, blocking view. And what do you do then? Not sell the first two rows so people's view won't be blocked? Graham Holmes said, the trolls, mate, no one slates their own players like they have. If anyone seriously expects Salah to get 40 every season, they're clueless. Exactly. Two players do that, basically. Ronaldo did it a lot and Messi did it a lot. Other than that, it doesn't really happen in world football. Gone with the win today, said Mr. Royal County. We got 3 points, Craig, so frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Love it, mate. I love where you went with that. Class how composed Mane was going around the keeper. Exactly. And he could have went down as well, Craig. He could have went down. He could have got a penalty, but he stayed on his feet and he finished it off. So well done to Sadio today. 2 very well taken goals. Firmino scored 10 or more goals for 4 seasons since coming to England, said Liam Kelt. No room for these divvies in our sport, said Liam. What have we got here? Why would we have to pay full whack for Coutinho because nobody else will be? Somebody will. You'll find somebody that will be stupid enough to pay the money, mate. Whether it be PSG or somebody. Somebody will come in and pay that ridiculous amount for him. Never thought you'd be a tennis fan, let alone a Selesh one. Mate, I played tennis growing up. I played tennis till I was 16. Yeah, it was as much a part of my life as football was. I was better at football. I played tennis, at a club level. But love tennis. As does Far Isle. I'd love to send Souness to the change rooms after each game and watch us win the league title. What else have we got? Tom Jones, I only say this because his end product is not great at the minute. I'm moving on. I'm not even addressing the Salah stuff anymore. It's just silliness. Salah's class and always will be, even if he doesn't score, said Jay Kismet, which, I'm on board with that. I'm a bit more hopeful in this story than quite a few Premier League clubs are writing to ask that what's going to be done with Manchester City investigation. Liverpool did write, I believe Crystal Palace might have been one of the other clubs. And rightly so, I think clubs have a right to ask. And if they are asking, if the clubs themselves are writing to ask, you've got to think there has to be something to it somewhere. I agree, mate, but heard Barcelona willing to let him go for 50 million. There's not a hope in hell that Barcelona sell Felipe Coutinho at a 94 million pound loss. No way. It would just be suicidal. And even at that, I mean, even with a shitty season under his belt, he's still worth at least 80. Funny thing is, Spurs are meant to be in the title race, but look at them now. Yep, exactly. We were all told a few weeks ago, oh, if Spurs win today against Burnley, I think it was Burnley, they're only 2 points behind Liverpool and Manchester City. Yeah, well, how does that work out for them? It didn't. Euro footy's getting weaker. Premier League is dominating soon, and Mbappe's etc. will all come as the coaches have, which is true, mate. We do have a lot of the best coaches in the Premier League. Obviously, we've got Klopp, we've got Pep Guardiola, we had Mourinho here till he got the boot as well. Wenger was here. We've got Unai Emery now at Arsenal as well. Yes, they're all moving to the Premier League. My day has been brilliant, thank you, Blake, mate. Any day the Reds win is a good day for me. Okay, what else have we got? Don't need Souness when we VVD. I mean, I swear to God, Craig, I think he has a magnet on his head. Everywhere the ball goes, Van Dijk is there. His reading of the game is exceptional. We've been praising Mane over the past few months. He's had one bad game in that period. Yeah, I mean, it's been a great season for Sadio, hasn't it? Yeah, exactly. It's just good news, and I love good news. Merger on the Zidane's floor said PSG are a very strange club. They've loaned out Liceleso to Betis. They can buy him for 25 million, and they're letting Rabiot go. They're some of the most talented midfielders. That's a stupid decision. I still can't believe they went and got Buffon. To me, that made no sense whatsoever. And look, as I said before, massive Buffon fan here, massive, but he's finished. Craig, I personally think we should have put metal fences all around the stadium with stewards standing behind them. You don't want to go back to that though, mate. Yeah, you don't want to go back to fences. It's like it's going backwards. Excuse me. You want to go forward. Yeah, I don't ever want to see fences returning to football again. But again, the players have to be protected. What's the giveaway? Two giveaways. That John Barnes picture that you can see, it's an A4 sized signed John Barnes photograph. We're giving that away on Wednesday. And as I said earlier on, we're also giving away any LFC retro shirt from scoredraw.com. Or if you're not a Liverpool fan, any retro shirt from scoredraw.com. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and if you want to win the retro shirt, follow at scoredrawretro on Twitter. And we're giving both of those away on Wednesday, and I hope to God we can get 10,000 subscribers by Wednesday. So as I said earlier on, if you're watching this, you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you've any friends, let them know about us. We're 1 year old next Wednesday, and we'd love to get those final 250 odd subscribers by then. Okay, what else have we got? Yeah, you're stupid if you thought Salah would get 40 goals. He'll get around 20 to 25 a season, said Amandeep. Salah to be a 10 season wonder, said Carl. Gary Richard said Van Dijk is a world class defender. I would go as far, Gary, as to say the best centre back in the world at this moment in time. That's my opinion anyway. That's how highly I rate the guy. Where is Shakiri? Sitting on the bench, I'm afraid, for Dan. Klopp said he had a little bit of a back injury after a recent game where he jumped up for a header and fell awkwardly. Other than that, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Sadio not getting the credit he deserves, said Cape Town Muslim. He's had a very good season, mate. I think a lot of people, to be fair, that I've seen have given him an awful lot of credit. I had a good day today, said Blake. Always good to hear that, mate. Now Keita and Big Shakiri needs to show up, said Got Cool. Does anybody think Shakiri is going to be sold in the summer, actually? Could I just ask that, just as a question, because I've seen a lot of chatter about it today. A lot of people in our post-match show were putting it in the chat, and I was just wondering what people think about it. Yeah, the reasonable thing is, if we did sell him, we'd make a good profit on him. But look, I know a lot of people really, really like Shakiri. Front three were like last season, and I know we believe we can win the Champions League. Never been confident with the title because Shitty are so good, said Craig Weston. Hey Craig, great win today. Got to go to Fulham and do the same next week. 100% Chris. 3 points next week, buddy, puts us top of the league because Manchester City are involved in the FA Cup. Yes, they'd have a game in hand, but it would be pressure onto them then. So Fingers crossed we go to Fulham next weekend and pick up those 3 points. VVD isn't human. AA best channel on YouTube. Thank you, Craig. But as I always say, mate, what makes the channel so great is the subscribers. I'm only a conduit between you guys and the chat. That's it. I just sit here, read stuff out. It's you guys that make it a great channel. So, massive pat on the back to everybody that subscribes. Coutinho got to PSG. He was in Paris several times this year, and PSG want to appease Neymar. There is a lot of rumours going around actually that Real Madrid are going to go and put down 250 million to go and get Neymar. Maybe even more. I think it was 250 I'd seen. And there's no secret that PSG have had an interest in Coutinho for a long time. They tried to get him when he was at Liverpool. I remember Melissa Reddy did the piece where she said that Coutinho said no, it's Barcelona or nowhere, or I stay at Liverpool. Because he really just wanted to play for Barcelona or Liverpool. So PSG could well be an option, Ben. Likes and subscribe, please, people, said Tom Boland. Guys, look, if you can like the stream as well, that would be brilliant. Yeah, we've got a really good record of hitting 100 likes on stream. So if everybody's watching and they have 1 second just to hit that thumbs up button, please do. Shakiri's in the cheese room, said Rod. We nicked the cheese room off Spurs. Still can't believe they cancelled the cheese room in the new stadium. That's just all kinds of wrong. Jack Irwin said, I think everybody can agree that performances of VVD is the best defender in the world. I love him so much. Alisson Becker has the best distribution, said Tom Jones. What was up with David De Gea today, by the way? Can we talk about that for a second, for that first Arsenal goal? As a keeper myself, his footwork baffled me. It's like he guessed before the shot was hit and just took a step to the left needlessly, and then was completely caught out by the swerve of the ball from Xhaka. When it happened, I was expecting it to have had a deflection, but when you see it back, it clearly didn't, and it did move through the air, but it's like De Gea gambled. It was just really strange. Yeah, they cancelled the cheese room, Connor. They did. I was reading an article about it the other day. They cancelled the damn cheese room. Bastards. Spurs go and build that new stadium and there isn't a Dairy Lee triangle to be had for loving their money. Not even a Lunchable. I mean, what is Harry Kane supposed to do if he can't get that little cracker, that little piece of ham, that little piece of cheese, and make himself a Dairy Lee Lunchable after the game? I mean, who's going to want to go to Spurs? No Dunkers, no Lunchables, no Mad Cow Laughing Spread, no Dairy Lee Triangles, no Baby Bell, nothing. Fucking not even an easy single to be had in Spurs' new stadium. It's shocking. Lallana man of the match, said Craig Weston. I gave him man of the match, to be fair. For me, I gave him man of the match today. I think a few of the media outlets did as well. Do Barca still owe Liverpool money for Coutinho? I don't believe so. But I don't know, mate. Actually, do you know what? I'm not even going to say I don't believe so. The truth is I don't know. I don't know if it was all paid in one lump sum. I don't know if it was paid in installments. They're usually paid in installments unless you're dealing with a buyout clause. What's your starting 11 for Wednesday? Oh, honestly, Liam, I don't expect many changes, buddy. Possibly 2 in midfield and the rest to stay the same is a guess. Maybe he'll put Henderson in somewhere in that midfield, or maybe he'll leave it as it is and play Lallana. I honestly don't know. I've given up trying to second guess. We usually get about 8 or 9 right, and then he springs a surprise or two on us. Manchester United fans are making excuses saying it curled. Yes, it did curl. There's no doubt about that. But that doesn't explain why David De Gea took a step in the wrong direction before he even hit the ball. Do you think the Lacazette penalty was the correct decision? I thought it was a stonewall. Others said it was soft. I think it was the correct decision. The referee had a good view of it because I seen Sky did the thing where they showed the angle of the view the referee had. Look, whatever I say doesn't really matter. It was a penalty. It was given and it was scored the same way. The Burnley goal today should never have stood, but it did, and we had to deal with it. It's just unfortunately one of those circumstances where you feel hard done by as a fan. Today we felt it. United felt it. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. Arsenal beat United 2-0. Ollie not good. Hey, so sorry I'm late. How long left? Said Elaine Smith. Probably 15-20 minutes, Elaine, but welcome. Great to have you in. Hendo was good coming on. He was Cape Town Muslim. You're spot on. Hendo broke up play so well when he came on. Again, he reads the game so well. People don't give him the credit he deserves for that side of his game. Would you take Phil back for the right price? It's a difficult question, Jack, because if it was Phil or nobody, then yes. But if there was options out there, there's other players I'd rather be. Like I keep saying Dybala. I'd still rather Fekir, by the way, than Coutinho, even with the dodgy knee. I'm a really spiteful person, mate, and I don't like players going back or coming back to a club that they left, unless you're Robbie Fowler, in which case you can come back now, mate, and I'll still love you. Liverpool go far in the Champions League plus win the Premier League. I think Klopp will spend 300 million on transfers. I really don't see us spending that much no matter what happens. But do you know what, Pragmavert? I would so love to be wrong, buddy. You'll get 10,000 subscribers before the last game of the season versus Wolves. I should fucking hope so, mate. We're like 200 and something off. We should be getting that by the end of next week, hopefully. I'm only joking with you though, Tristan. I'm only messing, mate. But yeah, we should get it soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. Do you watch Match of the Day, Craig? Not really. No, not really my thing. Can't stand looking at the lads that are on it most of the time. I usually just go onto the Sky Sports app and you can watch all the goals on there. And it's one of the only things they have on that doesn't have fucking ads on it, so I usually watch them on there. Baby Bell is a red, said Rod, which is a fair show. He is indeed. Jeff C said never a penno. Well, it was. It was given, therefore it was a penno, but I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. I'm just being a prick at this point, mate. Sorry. They actually denied that there was ever going to be one. Cheese liars. Bastards, Brian. How dare they? United won a soft penalty against PSG, so forgive me for laughing at them for losing one to Arsenal today, which is a fair point, actually. And I thought both were penalties, to be fair. But it is a very fair point that Gonad's raised there. They did get some fortune against PSG, and they had some misfortune perhaps today. I love Alisson, but he keeps making me worried with him not clearing the ball. I thought he did okay with it today, to be fair. I thought his distribution was quite good. I thought he's learned from his lessons during the season when he's taken time and fucked up with clearances where he's been closed down. But I do understand where you're coming from. United can't complain about decisions. They got a massive one in midweek, said Graham Holmes. Liam said it'll be interesting to see if we go to 4-4-3 or 4-4-2. I think he meant to say 4-3-3 actually, or 4-2-3-1 on Wednesday. Herrera or Wijnaldum? Is that even a serious question? Gini Wijnaldum is a much better footballer than Ander Herrera. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be a smart arse there. He just really is. Gini Wijnaldum has gone up levels this season. Herrera's a good shithouse of a footballer and can do a job in a system, but I just think with the versatility you get from Gini Wijnaldum, I'd take Gini Wijnaldum. Coutinho was a magician in the Liverpool shirt, yes, but you also have to look at it from the side that nobody took responsibility when Coutinho was here. Got into a tight situation, you're in trouble, give the ball to Phil and hope he pings one in from 20 yards. How many times did we see that happen? How many times did we see Coutinho try and strike from 20-25 yards? And let's be honest, if we think back and we do look with rose-tinted glasses at times, there were situations where we were pissed off at him taking long-range shots. Cunt Flap Steamer, that's the best name ever. Robbie Fowler, imagine him in today's team. He's my favourite player of all time. I love him so much. Nope, if you piss on us, I won't have you back. If we were good enough for you once upon a time, we aren't having you. Now you've changed your mind. Me too, Craig, said Far Oil. Yeah, I'm like that, mate. I'm a petulant little shit when it comes to players leaving us. Okay, well, that's good enough. Do you think there is enough creativity in Liverpool midfield? Nope, Elaine, I don't by any stretch. That's one of the criticisms I do think is fair of this Liverpool squad. We do lack that bit of creativity. We didn't get enough goals in midfield this season. There's no disguising that. There's no way around that. That doesn't mean our midfield haven't performed in other areas. We just need to add more goals to that midfield. I think that's a fair critique. Stevie G's praising Hendo midweek, said Craig Weston. Yeah, and look, if Stevie G's praising you, you know you're doing something right as well. United got a massive decision, but PSG bottled it, which they did. It's great to see, isn't it? God bless PSG. Every year, oh, we're going to win the Champions League, look at us. We're going to win the Champions... Oh, shit, we're out again. Oh, well. There's always next year, PSG. But you'll win. You'll win League On, which is great. So congratulations on that one. I thought I was out for coffee, but I'm not. What a beautiful realization. Said October. It's always good when you think you've no coffee left, but you've got some. If Herrera got cards like he deserves, he'd be a mid-table player, said Far Isle. Gino Wijnaldum lob goal, said Pragmaverts. Who's your preferred midfield for Liverpool? Don't think there's one answer for that, Tristan. It depends who we're playing. It depends if we're home or away. It depends if it's in Europe or in the Premier League. It depends who's available. It depends on the circumstances around the game. I'm not trying to get out giving you an answer, but it really, really does depend. If we're working off a system where we're in the second leg at home in the Champions League semi-final and we need to score a goal and win, and absolutely everybody is fit, then Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain at this moment in time. But I would like to think that I will be saying Fabinho, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita this time next year. We've grown since Phil left. We took him back. We'd be on the bench. I love that. Imagine that. Imagine bringing him back in and just saying, sit on the bench there, dickhead. Shut the fuck up. You're not good enough to start anymore. Pragmavert said, £475 million players could easily total 300 million. Yes, it could, mate. But in the history of our club, we've only signed one £75 million player. So for us to go and sign four in one summer would be a shock, to be fair. Even if you're looking at bringing in Timo Werner, probably 55, 60. I feel like I'm arguing with you here, buddy, and I don't want to be because I'd love it to happen. What else have we got? Isco would be the answer to our lack of creativity, said O-Dog, and he ain't happy at Real Madrid by the looks of it. I think we'll find the creativity in the summer, said James Painter. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp has solutions to it. If we can see it as fans, you can be damn sure that Kloppo and his coaching team can see what's going on. You know what else Tottenham don't have in the new ground? Trophies. Them's as facts, Liam. You can't argue with facts, pal. Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain are two alike, said Press Salah. There's some similarities, but more powerful running from Oxlade-Chamberlain anyway. But look, I'm happy we've got both of them. PSG suffering from premature evacuation of the Champions League, said Robbie. Oh, you guys do make me laugh. Blake, talk to you soon, buddy. Spurs had to rip up a lot of new floor in the new stadium because they forgot to install underfloor heating. Oh, fair enough. Oh, I don't know why I'm laughing so much at that. I just literally have pictures of Harry Kane and Dele Alli ripping up floorboards because Daniel Levy wants to save money. I don't know, my mind goes to strange places. Do you think Bale will move to the Premier League? Yes. I think there's a fair chance he might end up at United. That's complete guesswork, by the way. Isco, Werner, De Ligt, you're looking at close to 200 million. I'd have them, mate. I would be so happy to be wrong. Pragmaverts, mate. I will. I'm nearly got a semi, mate. I'm not gonna lie. Just thinking about Isco, Werner, and De Ligt, it's happy time. If Fabinho had hair, he'd be gone for Dyke. You guys are on form tonight, aren't you? VVD really reminds me of Alan Hansen. Now I'm showing my age, said Carl. That's alright, mate. You're amongst a few old people here. It's alright, buddy. What does your setup look like? I think I explained this one yesterday. You must have missed it. I'm in my bedroom. I've got a green screen behind me that is about 7.5 foot by 3.5 foot. It sits on top of a radiator. I'm sitting at a computer desk. I've got a Rode microphone and a Rode NTST boom arm. I've got a Logitech Brio camera. I've got my monitor. I've got my MacBook Pro that sits about 6 feet away. My wireless mouse, my keyboard, a ring light. And I think that's about it, really, for this setup in this room. But I've other equipment for live stuff. I've a mixer. I've got microphones for doing live audio. I've got a Nikon camera that we bought for doing video and taking photos and stuff. I actually got a lot of equipment over the past few years with all this stuff. We can spend 200. We're not breaching FFP. Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, we made £125 million profit. That is phenomenal for a football club. Let's all keep a close eye on Yuri Tielemans, world class talent in the making. Yeah, it's always difficult though to prize somebody out, and Leicester aren't short of money either. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat there. I didn't mean to take a drink. Well, I did mean to. Like, it wasn't a fucking accident. I didn't go, oh, tickle in my throat. I accidentally had a drink. I just needed to take one. De Ligt and Ziyech, let's raid Ajax. Said Liverpool, you never walk alone. How old am I? I'm 37. Cape Town Muslim. 37, mate. Right, what else we got? Hey, who are you calling old? The dinosaurs call me old. It's alright, mate. We're all old together. Sometimes I sit on the edge of my bed and yeah, I'm not reading the rest of that out, mate, because yeah, you be you though. You just be you, pal. Treat yourself. Hi, Craig. Have you seen? We've only one Saturday game left, and it could be moved because the second last game of the season. I didn't notice that, Stephen. Actually, madness that. One Saturday game left and it might be moved. That is funny actually, because you think of football, you automatically think Saturday. They're having to widen doorways in the NFL change rooms at Spurs' new ground because they cannot walk through them with their gear on, which is hilarious. And they did have to build separate change rooms, I believe, for the NFL. I think it was part of the deal that they did. No flag on the wall. No, why would I have a flag on my wall? I'm 37 years of age, mate. You think my missus is going to let me have a Liverpool flag on the wall in my bedroom? I get away with a lot, mate. I've got signed Liverpool jerseys all over my sitting room. There's no way she's letting me bring it into the bedroom as well. What do you think of Ranieri getting the Roma job at the end of the season? Yeah, it's a short-term fix. I don't see it being a long-term solution. It looks like they're going to lose Monchi as well. Arsenal, obviously, being rumoured to be interested in him and teaming him back up with what's Arsenal's manager? Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here again. Unai Emery, sorry, yeah. They had their time together with Sevilla. Klopp and Edwards will already know who they want in the summer, 100%. If United has to finish top four, they need a favour from us as much as we need one from them. Yeah, look, they're definitely going to have something to play for now when Manchester City rock up in April. That £120 million profit will increase when LFC win the Premier League and get to the latter stages of the Champions League. 2 Friday night games as well, which is true, and I don't know how I feel about them. Craig's 37 and Craig Weston's 49 in June. What day and month were you born? September, mate. September the 11th. As I keep saying, it's a weird old birthday to have now, but yes, September the 11th. I've got a Liverpool bedspread and I'm 41 years old. Girls love it. Good man. Good man. What else we got? Mine would, Craig. She offered to let me have one giant one today, except it was the Scottish Lion rampant, not an LFC one. I mean, fair enough, buddy, but yeah, I mean, if your missus lets you away with a happy days, my missus is kind enough to let me record in our bedroom, so I get away with enough. Can the players see the fans on the other side of the glass? I don't know, actually. They do have that. What, the Tunnel Club, is that what it's called? That really expensive season ticket where Spurs fans can see the players in the tunnel. I would imagine it isn't two-way, because that would be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Hey Harry! Hey Harry! That would be a bit weird, actually. But in the summer competition for Robbo at left back, the Dutch centre half Fekir and Timo Werner. Your whole family LFC fans? No, not really. My wife, I suppose you'd call her a Forest fan, but I wouldn't really call her a football fan. My son Lucas, he has all the Liverpool kits and he understands what Liverpool are, but he's a little bit away from really, being involved in football. And my daughter doesn't really give a shit, to be honest. Oh yeah, you record in the bedroom. I do until I get the money together and we build that room in the backyard. I cannot wait for that to come. I mean, we're probably talking a year away, but I still can't wait. We're all back in Palace to beat City again in April. October said, I said Harry Winks has my favourite name. My friend said, imagine Pochettino brought him to train and said, this is Harry Winks, and Kane replied, no I can't. Oh God, you have some weird conversations, buddy. Okay, cunt flap. I get it, mate. You're putting in strange comments. Fair play to you. I'm a bit disturbed that you sit in your hand and paint your fingernails. I mean, I imagine you're doing it with your mouth, but why don't you paint your toenails as well? I mean, if you're doing your fingernails, you might as well be doing your toenails. Get the two of them done, mate. You know, treat yourself. Go out there looking, kit it out. Yeah, deep throating diet, chav. How interesting. There's definitely a joke in there somewhere, Rod. Right, ladies and gents, I is going to call that one a night. I will chat to you all tomorrow, as always. I'm not sure if it'll be 9:30 or 10 o'clock tomorrow, if I'm being honest. So just keep an eye on the old notifications. It will be one or the other. As always, please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so before you head off. Every single subscription counts now on the road to 10,000. We've got 3 days to do it. We need 250 odd. Please hit that button. Of course, drop a like on the stream as well. It's been a great day for the Reds. It really has. A 4-2 win at home against Burnley. A massive game coming up on Wednesday, and we'll start to build up to that from tomorrow. As always, ladies and gents, thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your comments, for your jokes, for your banter, for your trolling as well. There's been very little of that tonight, though. And love and respect to you all. Look after your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds.